konnichiwa! Time travelers! If you've seen my latest video, why Japanese is too confusing for most people, then you already know how impossible Japanese is to learn as a beginner. But lucky for you, today I'm going to share with you some of the best ways to learn Japanese fast. Bear in mind, I'm going to be focusing on more intuitive approaches to learning Japanese that are faster, easier, more efficient, and way less boring. So let's go! Ikimashou! Tip number 1, learn Hiragana and Katakana. So I'm a huge advocate for learning languages intuitively, but don't skip learning Hiragana and Katakana. Okay, listen to me, this is essential. This is the foundation of learning Japanese and 100% where you should start, because learning the Japanese alphabet will help you enormously when it comes to pronunciation. And if you want to learn Japanese, I'm assuming your goal or your aim is to speak with native Japanese speakers. So do this and you sound a lot more natural. Or write them repeatedly in a notebook, similarly to the way that I did when I was first learning Japanese. I believe this is also the way that Japanese students learn Hiragana characters. But at the end of the day, just experiment and do what works best for you. While we're here, I've got a little confession to make. As a beginner, I was very tempted to skip this step altogether, because I had no intention of reading or writing Japanese. I just wanted to speak Japanese. And to be honest with you, I didn't understand why it was necessary. But now I know its full value, and I kind of wish that I hadn't relied so heavily on Romaji in the beginning, because that can definitely hold back your progress in Japanese if you rely on that and nothing else. Because Hiragana and Katakana are at the core of the Japanese language. You can't really skip them. So don't make the same mistake that I did. Don't ignore Hiragana or Katakana. Tip 2. Start with the basics. Learn basic words, phrases, and grammar. Okay, so don't get me wrong, grammar is a very important part of learning any language. It's essential. It's kind of like seeing how each puzzle piece slots together to make one cohesive image, if that makes sense. But if you're solely focused on learning grammar in the beginning and nothing else, learning is going to be a little bit boring for you, and your motivation for learning Japanese might start to wane. That's definitely not what we want when learning a language. I recommend learning simple words and phrases that you'll use in your daily life. For example, はじめまして、おはようございます。すみません。ありがとうございます。またね、バイバイ。じゃあね。These might sound a little difficult at first if you're just learning, but the more and more you practice them, the easier they'll become. And soon they'll just roll straight off your tongue without you even trying. But remember, learn to say things that you're passionate about and that you'll definitely use early on. That is essential. For me, this is the fastest way to learn Japanese. For example, I love food. So learning things like おいしそういただきますごちそうさまでした Phrases like this came in really handy for me in the beginning, and it made me feel more confident in speaking Japanese and expressing how I really felt, even as a beginner learner. I think that's really important to gain that sort of confidence. Tip 3. Apply spaced repetition. What is spaced repetition? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's a learning technique that involves reviewing information at increasing intervals of time. This essentially improves memory and reduces studying time. Which, I mean, let's be honest, who doesn't want this? Me, I want that. I find this learning method really suitable and convenient for anyone trying to memorize kanji and vocabulary, which are some of the toughest parts of Japanese. So instead of cramming a ton of words or kanji in all at once, which can be quite overwhelming, or reviewing without a strategy, which wastes a lot of time, this scientifically proven approach is both time-saving and effective. I think it's best to combine this method with an online app if possible. It will help you optimize your study intervals more effectively than if you were to do it manually. Therefore, it's convenient if you're sitting or on the go. Currently my favorite app to use, and the sponsor of today's video, ow! Drum roll please! MochiKanji! MochiKanji Learn Japanese. This app is about kanji and Japanese vocabulary, which uses spaced repetition and golden time, which enables you to learn up to 1,000 words in just 1 month. Super effective. Golden time is a feature that helps you to memorize Japanese words and kanji even more effectively. It uses algorithms and spaced repetition that analyzes your learning history, calculates, and reminds you to revise words when you're most likely to forget what you've just learned. So your ability to memorize words and kanji will improve quickly. There's a lot to choose from, such as vocabulary, kanji, writing, and even practicing daily conversations, from greetings to travel phrases. There are various courses filled with fun lessons to try, with over 8,000 words and kanji, from basic to advanced levels such as JLPT N5 to N2. Also, if you enjoy flashcards, MochiKanji is kind of perfect for you, as it makes memorizing vocabulary and kanji a lot easier. Each flashcard includes words, meanings, audio, and sample sentences. Alongside each kanji or word you've learned, there are also some interactive quizzes that increases your memorization. When the countdown timer hits 0, a notification appears, signaling it's time to review what you've just learned. This comprehensive review includes reading, listening, and writing exercises. There are 5 levels of memorization, plus a digital notebook, where all your learned words and kanji are sorted out into 5 levels of memorization. From level 1, with the words you've just learned, to level 5, with the words you know off by heart. The higher the level of a word, the less frequently it will appear. Conversation. You can practice your speaking.
Hajime mashite.
はじめまして。
もちです。お名前は？
私はみちです。
And MochiKanji will correct your pronunciation. I find this feature pretty fun and useful as well. You can also practice listening comprehension and writing Japanese sentences. There's also a Japanese dictionary where you can look up new words and save them to review later. You can download the app on Google Play, App Store, or the MochiKanji website. And if you want to unlock all the lessons, you can upgrade to the premium account if you so choose. So to sum it up, it's easy to use, it's convenient. I mean, you can take it anywhere. You can take it on the bus, if you're traveling somewhere, you can take it to a friend's house, you can use it before bed. I don't know, you can use it on the loo if you really want it. I don't know, do whatever you want. Use it wherever you want. You can use it anywhere. That's what's so great about it. So you can always track your progress wherever you are. They have excellent reviews. It's ideal for visual learners such as myself. What can I say? The app is very cute and visually appealing. I think I might just get addicted to it. I mean, but if you're gonna get addicted to something, why not be addicted to learning? Tip 4. Immerse yourself in Japanese. Listen to podcasts. I mean, what's great about this is that you don't have to actually make time to do this. Put it on in the background while you're walking, shopping, cooking, sleeping, reading, traveling, I don't know, whatever you like. But if you're constantly hearing Japanese, you'll most likely pick it up without even trying to do so. Pair this with other techniques, suddenly you'll start to recognize words, phrases, sentence patterns that you never even knew before, with literally 0 effort. Watch Japanese reality TV. I mean, this is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie to you. On Netflix, for example, some of my personal favorites are Shinya Shokudo, Terrace House, or Terrace House, Kawaii, Love is Blind, Samurai Gourmet, Ishi the Wolf. I mean, these are just a few of my favorites, but I watch a lot of Netflix. I have no life, okay? But if you live in a different country, you can probably find some other great shows to watch. Watch whatever you enjoy, but I would suggest trying to use the shadowing technique if possible, by watching, pausing, rewatching, then try to repeat what you just heard as accurately as possible. This way you're improving both your listening and your speaking. I mean, 2 for the price of 1. There we go. Don't say I don't treat you. Watch anime and keep learning fun, but beware. Warning! Anime isn't always accurate for natural sounding Japanese. So I definitely don't recommend that you rely solely on this. Because a lot of times you'll hear phrases in Japanese that are very over the top and dramatic and maybe a little bit rude sometimes, so be careful with this one. You don't want to offend anyone in Japan. Go to social language events in your area, whether it be in pubs or restaurants. They hold events where like-minded people like yourself can get together and practice the language. Use it. I mean, that's what they're there for. And make a friend. Learning with a friend is way less boring, let's be honest. Plus, they can also hold you accountable and not let you give up. Ganbarimashou! Bonus tip. Tip 5. Begin thinking in Japanese. As you start to go about your daily life and your daily routine, start to grow your Japanese brain, so to speak. This will help you become better at Japanese a lot faster. If you want something, if you need to go somewhere, if you prefer something to something else, if you like someone and want to tell them, if you like a certain food and want to express it, try to think of how you would say that in Japanese first. Stop being lazy. Try and grow your Japanese brain. So look up that particular phrase, learn it, memorize it, keep using that phrase whenever you can, again and again and again, until finally it sticks and you can now use it whenever you need to. And as time goes by, you'll pick up more and more phrases and words that way. Surprisingly, I never really hear anyone talk about this particular technique. I mean, it's a very small tip, but a very powerful one if you use it in the right way. So there's 5 tips to help you learn Japanese fast. I hope you can start to utilize some of these tips, or maybe you have already. Comment below, what helps you learn Japanese fast? And maybe we can all learn from each other. これからもよろしくお願いします。見つかれてありがとう。バイバイ。じゃあね。日本語が大好き。